So, I've been sort of on and off daydreaming for the past 1 or 2 years. I mean, yeah, 2 years. Um, it started with this girl at school who I had a crush on, and I would imagine being out with her, which is pretty normal. But then it evolved. Like when I started homeschooling, I think it evolved further into pretty weird territory. Like, I mean, I would have, other stuff, but like, kind of just all day, I would be daydreaming about, hanging out with this one person who I had a crush on. And by this point, they started having a completely different personality. I don't think they even really talk the same as how that person actually does, and would eventually become nothing like who that person never was. And yeah, I would just spend hours, maybe an hour, I don't know, doing this, like imagining either like mundane, normal things or just hanging out or whatever. And it's kind of weird because it's like living my own life in my own head, because I've got really nothing else going on. And so yeah, I did this for a while, but eventually it kind of just stopped. Somehow. I don't really know exactly how that happened, but I missed it. And I could sort of voluntarily do it, but it just wasn't really the same, and it sucked because I had this whole girlfriend and life and a whole lot of lore and even a friend and stuff who were kind of almost disappearing. And but yeah, eventually I ended up doing it again, and then it's kind of been in a phases, and it started again recently, so I thought I would mention it. Even the day before yesterday, Friday, I didn't get any sleep. There was other stuff going on, which I'll not get into, but I had like some panic attacks and stuff. I know it kind of sounds cringy for me to say, at least from my perspective, panic attacks, but there's just not any other word to describe that, so I'll just say that. And I ended up having this psychotic delusion. I should mention, I've also had on and off, like, minor psychosis every now and then for the past year, I think. At first it was a full-blown episode, but then, and I thought I had schizophrenia, but then it kind of went away, and I've only had, like, mild hallucinations and maybe some delusions sometimes since then. But this was pretty big, because that hasn't really happened in a while. And so I had, like I was saying, I had this delusion that this made up, like, girlfriend actually existed, and I was connecting to her in these daydreams through some hyper existential, like, spiritual method. And it's kind of weird for me to say that, because it's godly gook, but yeah, I don't know, I thought I'd rant about that because I recorded another video, and I felt it's more scripted than anything else I've done, and my voice there was just boring and flat and monotone. Like I was reading stuff like this, that, and so forth, you know? Yeah, so, I don't know. I think I'll probably release that, but, yeah, I thought I would just try this, because I have no notes. I just remembered something and decided to talk about it. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird what the mind will do under isolation. You know, I saw this video from the YouTuber Rusty Cage about, it was about someone else, kinda, he was talking about something that happened to him, and he mentioned that he eventually got placed under a house arrest charge, and was talking about how boring that was since he had to be in his house unless he needed to go to school or work. And so he would talk to his friends on the phone and stuff. And I realized, oh shit, that, it's at least for him, he was still able to interact with people, go to school and stuff, and he thought that was bad, because he had to do that for 6 months. I mean, I've been doing even worse than that for like the past 5 years, I mean, for, besides, cause, what, oh, I'm kind of stuttering here, there was a public school that I did, but, like, on and off, and that was it. Most of the time, it was been homeschool and things like that. So like, it's even worse, spending most, if not all of the day inside, not really contacting anyone. I mean, recently I've gotten this, online friend. He's a Lane Chan user from Brazil. So I've been talking to him, but, that's it, and that only happened in the past, like, few weeks, so, yeah, and, anyone watching, you might not have any online friends or something, so, yeah, this is becoming a weird new reality or it has been becoming a new reality for a lot of people in the past decade or two, I think, and it's odd, like, imagine having to explain to your parents when they were teenagers, that your son's just gonna spend most of his life in his bedroom, just like gaming or surfing the internet. What a life. Yeah, so yeah, that's about it. See ya.